Now the sets that we listed before were called simple set notation. That's where you just list the elements of the set. Now if you think about that, if you were looking at all integers between 1 and 100, you're going to have to write all those integers down to do simple set builder notation, a set notation. We can use something called set builder notation, which is a way of using formulas to get all the values we want. And to do that, we're going to look at domains. And so the domains we're going to use an R for all the real values, and N for the natural values, counting values between starting at 1 and going up, and Z for integers. There's also other domains, but in this class we're just going to worry about those three because we're just learning set builder notation. And in set builder notation, same thing, we start with curly brace, then we give some variable. We're going to start with X, and then we do, it's an element, and so we do curly E, then we put the domain. So if we do X is an element of Z, that means the variable X is a integer. And then we put a brace, we're going to, a line, we're going to call that term for that is such that. So we do X is an element of integers such that X is greater than 2 and X is less than 7, and then we close that with the curly braces. So you can see we have how many elements in there. 2 is not an element, 7 is not an element, 3, 4, 5, and 6 are an element. If we change this to R, how many numbers are there between 2 and 7? And the answer is there's an infinite amount of numbers between any two numbers. And so if in real numbers, integers, not so much, there's a set number, but if they're real numbers, it's an infinite number. And again, trying to do that in simple set notation would be impossible. So we'll go back to integers. And now you can start seeing a connection between the number line. If we make a number line, we've all seen number lines, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Because these are greater than and less than, in the number line you would not use, you would do a open circle and an open circle and color it in between there. If this was greater than or equal to, that would be a closed circle. If it was something like, and X is, if we just did X was greater than 2, instead of having a closed circle up there, we would just put a arrowhead at the end of the line. So same number line properties, just connecting number lines to sets using our set builder notation.